Welcome to the Hungaroring for this weekend's Hungarian Grand Prix. But before we start to worry about race day, let's focus on today's practice, which is about to begin. Well, we're starting to get to the business end of the season now as we're just past the halfway stage. We now know which teams have the best performance and which teams are playing catch-up.
What a season it's been for Lewis Hamilton so far. He and his Mercedes have looked really dominant at times, and he'll firmly believe he can go on and secure another world championship from here.
One of the big talking points in the paddock ahead of today's race is the rumours that McLaren are talking to Valtteri Bottas about a race seat for next season. Can you see that happening? Would the Finn want to leave Williams to go and race with the Woking team?
In F1 you never know, but Valtteri is definitely one of the rising stars in the sport. Of course his manager will be looking for a drive that gives him the best shot at winning his first world title, but with current form, who's to say McLaren can offer him that chance ahead of Williams?
Hello guys and welcome back to this F1 2015 career mode, driving in the 2014 season as Daniil Kvyat in his Toro Rosso. We are here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Last time out in Germany, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds just to pause this video and go and watch that if you would like to do so. Okay, so last time out in Germany, it started off well, to be honest. We got up into P9, that was a good position for us, exactly where we wanted to be, but unfortunately we lost the front wing, hit our teammate, and then lost our front wing again and had to retire, so we got our first DNF of the season. This time out in Hungary, it's not a track that I've really liked. I like the flow of it, but I've never done really that good here. So I'm expecting around just to get into the top 10, that's what I'm hoping for. So, like always, nothing happened in this practice session, so we're just going to have a look at the practice results now.
That's the end of practice, and it's Lewis Hamilton who was able to achieve the fastest time on the track today.
So, Lewis Hamilton tops the timesheets for this practice session with a 1:24.691. Nico Rosberg only 11 thousandths of a second behind him. We are way down the field. I don't know where because I can't see at the moment. But Jono Byrne is in 12th on the option tyres, setting a 1:27. He was 3.2 seconds off the pace. So we must have been a lot further down. I can't even... I don't actually know where we came. So, okay, yeah, so we came 14th, and we were setting our time on the prime tyres. We were 3.8 seconds off the pace, so 6/10 of a second off of Jean-Eric Vergne's time, and that will do for the practice session. Let's have a look at our one-shot qualifying lap. Here we go.
The excitement is starting to build here at the Hungaroring as the lights are about to go green for today's qualifying session. We expect some cars out on track any moment now. Well, the rain is falling here in Hungary, so my pre-weekend prediction of a Lewis Hamilton pole might just be in jeopardy.
A wet track is always a challenge even for the best drivers, but Lewis has proven he can drive well in the rain. Ultimately though, it's the strategy the team and driver decide on that could have the biggest impact on his race tomorrow.
So, here we go, one-shot qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's raining, so which means we have to start the session on the intermediates or the wets, but the intermediates seem like the best option of tyres for now. So, let's have a look at what lap we can do in this one-shot qualifying session. So, here we go, starting the lap now, coming across the start-finish line. So, already down to P11 with our straight line speed, not up to the Williams straight line speed. So, we're going around the first corner now, so we drop down into 17th. It's just flicking, so we're right at the back of the field now, which is absolutely awful as we're coming down to turn 2. So this, we've got to take this very slowly in these wet conditions. We've gone up a place, we've gone up a few places, so the other team's not very good round that corner, but Lewis Hamilton leads the session at the moment. We are up into P14, P13 now as we're going round this fast left-hander. We've got quite a few positions there, but we did run wide. But unfortunately, we didn't get a warning for exceeding track limits there, so that's fortunate for us. As we're going through towards the chicane now, as we lock up just a little bit, we're in P10, going round the chicane, and now into the windy section of this track, the left, then the right, then the left, then the right again. So there we go, then the right. We're in P9 at the moment, still behind Lewis Hamilton, who leads the session. Now coming through this fast left-hander, we get dip a wheel onto the grass there. That compromised our line just a bit. But now coming into the last couple of corners, into the last section now. We're 1.3 seconds off the pace of the Mercedes in the wet, but we are still in P10, which is absolutely fantastic for us. Going round, we take that corner just a little bit wide, but we will get a better run out of it. As we're going round the last corner now, just trying to touch it as close to the wall as we possibly can. It's still in P10, going to run the Reds up towards the line. What sort of position can we get? It's P10 in this one-shot qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
Well, both these drivers have been working hard with the team to ensure they get maximum performance out of the car, and it looks like they've found the right combination, at least in qualifying trim. Now, we need to see how they get on in the race.
So, there we go. Lewis Hamilton gets pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix, with Nico Rosberg coming second. Sebastian Vettel gets third. Daniel Ricciardo in fourth. Valtteri Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen then follow, with Fernando Alonso seventh. Felipe Massa comes eighth. Jenson Button 9th, and we round out the top 10, which is a great result for us. Jean-Eric Vergne comes 11th, so he's just behind us in that qualifying session, but he was 5 tenths off the pace of us. So let's have a look at what happens in the race for this Hungarian Grand Prix.
We're just 18 kilometres from the city of Budapest here in Hungary, where today's Formula One race is about to take place. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix. On pole today is Lewis Hamilton. The Mercedes was dominant during qualifying, and with the power unit advantage, well, you just can't see anybody challenging for that race win today.
After yesterday's qualifying performance, I think he has every chance of going on to win today. He really was a cut above the rest of the field, and if he brings the same level of speed, he shouldn't have any problems winning the race.
It's been a good season so far for the Toro Rosso team. They wouldn't have expected to have had as many points as they currently have at this stage of the year.
Dr. Marco has shown a lot of faith in promoting youth through the Red Bull driver program into both the Toro Rosso and Red Bull teams. It certainly paid off for him before, and it looks to be doing so again.
So hello, it's Sunday, which means it's race day for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the race strategy for today's race. So we are going to obviously be starting on the option tyres and pitting for the primes on lap 9 or 10 of this 18-lap race. So let's get started with the Hungarian Grand Prix. Starting on from 10th on the grid.
For a top 7 finish today.
5 lights, and away we go as we get another awful start, which is as per usual in this career mode season. We just cannot get the line off the line very well as our teammate goes up the outside of us there, and so does Kevin Magnussen, but we go back up the inside of both of those. Can we get a move on Jenson Button as well? No, we don't. We just aren't. We just don't have our nose up ahead of him as much. But Jean-Eric Vergne now going round the inside of the next corners. We just break a little bit later than him. Can we get a move on Jenson Button as well? Nope, we're not close enough to him, as we've just managed to keep ourselves in P10 after getting overtaken twice on the line. So still behind Jenson Button now as we're going around for a move up the inside, get a wheel onto the grass. He's still on our outside though. Will we pit him? No, we don't. We've still got the inside line for this chicane though, as he's still there. We're just going to give him as much room as possible, which we do, but we managed to get up into P9 with a great move there on Jenson Button into that chicane. So, behind Fernando Alonso, he is the next car on the track that we will be trying to overtake. We'll be able to catch up to him in these next couple of corners and try and get away from Jenson Button. Coming into the last couple of corners of this first lap, which hasn't been a too bad lap. We did lose 2 positions at the start, but we managed to get them back and overtake Jenson Button to get into P9. As we have caught up just a little bit to Fernando Alonso, but we did run wide there, which allowed him just to shoot off just a little bit. Now we want to get as close to this wall as possible, trying not to hit it and ride wide as much as possible on the exit as well. As Jenson Button goes for a move on us, he's going to go up the inside, and he's already got the move done before he's even got to the before the first corner, sorry. So Jenson Button has made the move stick. So we have a look at the replay of the start. So we're on board with Valtteri Bottas now, who goes for a move up on both Red Bull cars, and I believe he's made that stick. Nope, Sebastian Vettel goes for the move round the outside. Can he make that stick? He's still there with Valtteri Bottas, but he's just going to have to sit behind for now. As we watch Felipe Massa, Valtteri Bottas' teammate, go for a move up the inside of Kimi Raikkonen, which he has done later on the brakes. Kimi Raikkonen is still there though. He's still on the outside, but there we go. He makes the move stick on Kimi Raikkonen as we cut ahead to the end of lap 3. We're chasing down Jenson Button now, but we have got our teammate Jean-Luc Verne right on our tail as Hamilton leads this race now. So Jean-Luc Verne with the fastest straight line speed on us through the slipstream, goes for a move up the inside into turn 1, and I think he's going to make that move stick. Nope, we're still on his outside. We're just going to have to slot behind for now, but Jean-Luc Verne is still going to get DRS on us, so he's going to shoot off. We've now got Kevin Magnussen going up the inside. We're going to give him the room as we go around the outside of Jean-Luc Verne, but we don't make that move on him, as Kevin Magnussen just has to sit behind us for now. So, can we get Jean-Luc Verne into the next couple of corners? It's lap 4 now. We're right behind Jean-Luc Verne, our teammate. We're going to be looking to have a move on him soon. We're in exactly the same cars, although I believe I'm running more downforce than he is for this race. So, going towards the chicane where we made the move on Jenson Button earlier. No, we're not cutting to the end of this lap, where we will be able to get DRS on him because we are right behind him. Just trying to keep it onto the throttle, try not to lose the back end there and not get too much of our foot down, as we now got Kevin Magnussen going for the move on us. And he's going to make that move into turn 1, but will we be able to come up back around the outside as we brake just a little bit later? Yes, we do. We go around the outside. We're still side by side with Kevin Magnussen, but he's going to get the faster line because he's in a faster car than us. He's got the Mercedes power against the Renault power, as we're going to dive bomb up the inside and we bang wheels. But that's Kevin Magnussen surely up into P11 now, and we're down into P12. So we've lost 3 positions so far in 4 laps to drivers around us. We're still right behind Kevin Magnussen. Can we get a move like we did on Jenson Button? Yes, we do. We go up the inside, exactly the same sort of move that we did on Jenson Button, but we lose the back end this time. We get too much of our wheel on the grass there, which compromises our run. If we cut ahead to the end of that lap, we're right behind Kevin Magnussen. Now, surely we can get a move up into this corner. We brake just a little bit later, and yes, we've made the move up into P11. Now we're going to be hunting down our teammate Jean-Luc Verne to get back into the points. Going round the outside, going round the next corner now. Still behind Jean-Luc Verne, but Kevin Magnussen is again right behind us. Will he be able to make this move? He goes to the inside of towards turn 1. He's made the move stick before he's even got to turn 1. We don't have to worry about blasting him into turn 1 because we are just too far behind. Look at that. Later on the brakes and we still can't get him, but we are right behind him now. We'll be able to get the slipstream. However, Magnussen has got DRS.
He's going to attack.
So going into turn 2, we'll be able to make a move. We're right behind him still. We're going to make the move around the outside of this next corner, but no, we just don't have the straight line speed on the McLaren Mercedes. Going towards this fast left-hander now. Will we be able to make the move? We're still right behind him. We're all right on his tail, but we have to back out of it because we don't want to hit him and compromise our race like we did in Hungary, where we lost our front wing. So going into the chicane, we're still too far behind to even make a move, especially into that corner because it's very tight through there. So kind of head to the end of lap 6. We're going to look like we're going to make a move like we did in the previous lap. Yes, we do just brake later, but we are side by side with him now. He's going to get the inside of this next corner as we brake at the same time. We've got the better run out of the corner though, so can we get a better straight line speed? Yes, we do. We're going to get the inside of this next corner. And we have made that move stick up into P11 now. But will we get DRS or will... No, he gets DRS on us. So surely he's going to make another move on us. Yes, he will. He's going up the outside of turn 1. And Perez is going for a move as well, but he's just too far back as we dive bomb towards Kevin Magnussen, and we've made the move stick. We're not letting him pass now. So, can we catch up to Jean-Luc Verne? We've got to stop battling with Kevin Magnussen. Yes, we do. We do catch up to Jean-Luc Verne at the end of lap 8. Which I don't think is our pit stop. I think our pit stop is next lap. I'm not too sure though. As Jean-Luc Verne, oh, we nearly bang into the back of our teammate. That was very close there. As we're going round to the last corner now, we will get DRS on Jean-Luc Verne, but we take it very wide. But we will get a better exit, so we get better run out of that corner. Although Jean-Luc Verne has a better straight line speed than us. So DRS is open, and we're just not close enough to make a move. Are we? No, we just back out of that move because we're not close enough. But we are close here, so we're going to get the DRS open now. Will we be able to make a move into this next corner? I don't think we will. Nope, again, we're just too far behind, but we are keeping right on his tail now. As we're right... Oh, we had to back out of it again there. As we are up into P8 after the pit stops. So we'll have to have a look in the next couple of laps to see where we actually are on the track. But we're still right behind Jean-Luc Verne. We'll be able to go around the outside of him. We go for it. but we are just a tad too far behind again, but we do get a better run out of the corner, and surely we've got the inside towards the chicane and making exactly the same move that we did on Jenson Button, and we are up into P7 for the time being. So can't head to the end of lap 9. It's pit stop time. Let's see what sort of pit stop we can get as we're going around the second to last corner, and we cut into the pit lane, trying not to brake too late for this corner, otherwise you will overshoot it and possibly hit that barrier there, absolutely ruining your race. So into the pit lane. What sort of pit stop time can we get? Looks like we're not going to be able to jump anybody in the pit lane because it doesn't look like there is anybody. Is there any Williams ahead of us? No, there's not. So we get a 2.3, which is a good pit stop time. Not too bad. It's not at the end of the twos, which is obviously not what you want. So coming out of the pits now, we're in P11. So there is one driver who hasn't pitted yet, as we've got Jenson Button up ahead of us. Hopefully in the next lap we should come out in P10.
With a little extra fuel, so you right 50% fuel remaining, 50% of our starting fuel load remains.
So we cut ahead to the end of lap 10. We're still in P11, but I believe there is a driver. Yes, it was obviously our teammate who hasn't pitted yet. So Rosberg takes the lead of this Grand Prix. I don't know if that was through pit stops or whether he actually overtook Hamilton on the start-finish line. But will we get John-Eric Vergne coming out of the pit lane? We've overtaken him on track, but yes, we will get John-Eric Vergne after the pit stop. He hasn't performed the overcut on us, so that's great news for us. Now we've just got to get away from him and not allow him to get the overtake on us. He will be on fresher tyres though, but only by one lap. So we cut ahead to the end of lap 18. Jean-Eric Vergne could do absolutely nothing to keep up with us. He is miles behind if you look on the mini-map. We are behind Jenson Button, but not close enough to make an overtake. So we're going to come home for 1 point in this Grand Prix, which is a good result. It's not an amazing result, but it's still points in this World Championship. So P10 in the Hungarian Grand Prix.
What a win for Nico Rosberg today. A really strong drive from the German, and he's brought his Mercedes home in first place. He looked very happy with his day's work as he celebrated up there on the podium.
It was a fantastic performance and one that they should be very proud of. Every part of the team pulled together to achieve today's result.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
So there we go. Nico Rosberg wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. He overtook Lewis Hamilton to win it, which means that he is going to catch up to his rival in the World Championship. Valtteri Bottas comes home in 3rd, Daniil Ricciardo 4th, Sebastian Vettel 5th, Kimi Raikkonen 6th, Fernando Alonso 7th, Felipe Massa 8th, Jenson Button 9th. We come home in 10th place. We get 1 World Championship point, which is good for a Toro Rosso team, and Jean-Eric Vergne comes home in 11th. So let's have a look at how that race affects the driver's standing. So there is the driver's standing. Lewis Hamilton is leading the driver's standing still, but he is only 13 points ahead of his rival after Nico Rosberg won. We are down in 10th place. That 1 championship point does not allow us to catch up to any of our rivals, as they all finished ahead of us in this Grand Prix, as we are now 12 points behind Kimi Raikkonen, so that is unfortunate. We'll be hoping to close up the gap in the next couple of races. Let's have a look at the Constructors' Championship now. So that race allows the McLarens to catch up to us in the Constructors, but only by a point. They are now 5 points behind us, so they are slowly catching. We'll be hoping to increase that gap in the next race, which is the Belgian Grand Prix. That will do for today's race and today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this race, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more F1 content. And that is everything. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.